morning, good morning, good morning. It is July 31st and it's a Monday, so Monday market moment. And because there are 5 Mondays in July and I focus on 4 cities, on the 5th, I will do a total market review of the entire Coachella Valley. So for those that are just dialing in, I typically do Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, Cathedral City, and Palm Desert. Those are the 4 cities that I tend to focus on. They're within a 15-mile radius of my home. I have sold in DHS, not a lot of inventory up there. And really, like, it would take 30 seconds to do that review. And then going beyond Palm Desert is sort of a case by case. I mean, I can certainly sell in those markets. I have familiarity with them. But since most of my business tends to be in those 4 markets, I like to focus on those 4 cities. But today we're going to do a total market review. So I'm going to share my screen as I tend to do. Remember that you are always able to pause the video if I go too fast, or you can use the gear icon and speed up my speech because, as I like to tell some clients, I am a frustrated high school teacher where I can just go on and on and on. All right, here we are. You'll notice here where my icon is, or my pointer, Coachella Valley region, June for 2023. So that is the most recently finished month. Next week, we'll start having July numbers. Total unit sales in the month, 396. That's down from June of 2022. Once again, we're comparing this year's month of June to last year's month of June. It's a benchmark. Median sales price down 2.1%, not a lot. Median, once again, is the middle priced home. So half of the homes sold above that, half sold below. Average is another form, and we use average in other statistics, but average home price is really a difficult animal to get a sense of the whole market. You might have a market where 5 homes sell at over 3 million, 5 homes sell under 300,000. What's your average tell you? So more likely we're going to have things dispersed in there, but if we say the median, the middle one, we can say, okay, half sold above that, half sold below. And then if we look at the total sales of 396, okay, 685, I'm doing this in the top of my head, 180 some odd homes sold above and 180 sold below. All right, inventory is down. So again, this is why our prices have not gone off significantly. You have a case-by-case situation where some are significantly off, but by and large, not quite 5%, 4.5% almost. That's not bad. Days on market has gone up significantly, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Sales prices down a little bit from last year, but really 97% of the asking price, that's very good. And then even if someone takes 1 or 2 price reductions on average, we're still at about 94, almost 95%, still very good. This speaks to agents beginning to price property correctly and sellers being willing to take the appropriate price. Sales above list price, almost 38% of the homes are selling at or above their asking price. Again, because it's priced correctly. We have about 3 months supply. So inventory has increased, but we say a balanced market is about 6 months of inventory. 3 months, still a seller's market. Median sales price, again, half above, half below, down, but this is median. Let's get, we don't have our average sales price per square foot on this chart. So we'll come back to that another time. I think it's in the other chart, but we'll see. 37% sold within 30 days of the listing date. That means that the seller went into contract and closed within that first window before having to hit a price reduction mark. 65% sold within 65 days. 76 sold within 90 days. That means we have almost 25% of our homes that are staying on the market over 90 days. No bueno. All right, that's single family homes. Let me do condos very quickly. I've already explained what terms are, so I'll just go through it. Unit sales, 168, down almost well, down 17.2%. Median sales price down again, very slightly. Let's go back to single family 2.1, condo 2.4. Inventory is up a tick. Days on market 57, so that's double of last year. Sales to list price compared to last year also not down significantly. Original sales price not down significantly. About 3 months of supply. Median sales price per square foot is down 5%. Above list price, at or above 38%, almost 40% if I round up. That's down from 46% of last year. So we have fewer homes that are going above. But basically, we knew everything a year to 2 years ago. Within that last 24 months, everything was going for over. It was crazy. You couldn't pick a wrong number and have a property not sell. About 3 months supply of inventory, I mentioned that. 44% of the condos are selling valley-wide within 30 days, 71% within 60 days, 86% within 90 days. And again, that means that you have a percentage, a notable percentage, a double-digit percentage that are taking longer than 90 days. All right, so this is going to actually be a quarterly review, but the numbers are reflected in what we just looked at valley-wide for June. So here's the sales recovery chart for the Coachella Valley. And again, gathered based on ending June 30th data. And we go back to just before, we started 20. I'll be simple about it. Here's our normal. Here's where we sort of went through the pandemic, came down, and then we had a slight recovery, and then interest rates really started to climb. Now, although the Fed rate, bank to bank overnight rate has gone up, and that has impacted mortgage rates, at this point, as the Fed sort of notches that around, we're seeing these sort of little ups and downs, but the trajectory seems to be that we're going to go back to normal. So what does that mean for a buyer and a seller? I think that you have to really base it on your motivation. When do you need to move? What is your outlook for the property? Are you trying to do a quick buy and flip, or are you looking a little bit more long-term? Sales price by price range, 3-month average. So you can see where over 1 million sales, and this is heavily influenced by what happened during the pandemic, went way up. And it went up partly because I firmly believe that pre-pandemic, our property values were way undervalued. It's like, how could you have this $600,000 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a pool and a view in decent shape, if not great shape, for that $600,000-700,000? Those homes are now selling over the $1 million. Even if it's just over by a little bit, it still qualifies as an over $1 million home. But same thing, each of these categories of pricing, except the under the 200, and that's because we have so few properties valley-wide that will sell for under $200,000. Let me go next chart, valley-wide housing. You can see the total inventory. And so pre-pandemic, here we go, June of 18, our inventory was 3,000. And then just before the pandemic in July, in 19, with tons of inventory. And then you start to see where it ratchets down a bit. And then here we are going into the pandemic. So in here is when our prices were the lowest. Not the lowest, but in relative terms of timing. And so we just saw people putting their house on the market, and then the inventory started to drop because we had like months and months of inventory, months and months and months and months of inventory. And then we get down here and we hit the pandemic, and some people jump back in, and then our inventory just kept getting absorbed. And this is what was making our prices go crazy. We get into post-pandemic, and then interest rates start going up. Interest rates come down a little bit, and then you get the picture. I think the next slide takes us. Total market vote overview in numbers. Okay, so Q2 we had 1,514 active listings on average. That was 22. In 2023, 1,523 active, slight increase, but you see our inventory is still very low. Median price 600,000. Under contract in 22 we had more under contract. Our under contract is less, but that shows up in our inventory, but also in the days on market. So you remember how in this screen, we come down here and see how this days on market is increasing. Fascinating how these things all work out. And you see here as a valley-wide metric, 2 months supply of inventory. So let me stop sharing screen. That's all I have. As always, feel free to reach out to me. I didn't mention my name at the top of the call, but it's Jason Allen. I'm with Keller Williams, Palm Springs. I love what I do. If you are thinking about buying, investing, or selling a home in the Valley, I would love to have a conversation with you. And if you are in a market, let's say you're all the way down in Coachella or Mecca, or Yucca Valley, let's say, I'm happy to connect you with one of my coworkers that work and concentrate in those markets. So never hesitate to reach out to me. And if you're going to move here from, Wichita or Des Moines or Chicago, San Francisco, I have referral partners. I have great agents that I would love to connect you with. That's all I got. Have a great day. Bye.